Liz DiAlto here, founder of Wild Soul Movement and creator of the 8-day experience, I Am Sacred. This video is to share with you and walk you through my very favorite and possibly the most effective healing practice I've ever experienced in my life. It's around forgiveness and it's called Ho'oponopono. Now, I've been doing this for over 2 years at the point at which I'm making this video, so I've adapted it a bit to be a little customized for the way I do it myself and for the way I take my clients through it. And it is just by far like the most effective practice I do for myself and I walk my clients through. So I highly encourage you to just give it a try. And before I even walk through how it works, I just want to take a moment to talk about forgiveness. I think lots of times people resist the topic of forgiveness because they feel like it means that we have to say to someone or look at a situation in our lives that was really hurtful or traumatic and say, oh, well, that's okay, I forgive. And really, forgiveness is for the forgiver. It's not about saying to anyone or anything that was okay or I'm letting you off the hook for what you did. It's just about saying I am no longer willing to give my power or my energy away to something that A, is in the past and B, is not in my control. So forgiveness is about getting that energy back for yourself. It's about loving yourself and it's about taking responsibility for how you feel. So there's a couple steps to the practice. Here's what you want to do. Get a journal, and not a nice journal, because you're going to want to be able to rip the pages out. So maybe it's just a couple loose sheets of paper, but definitely something that you can rip out and you can remove. You can think of, I highly recommend doing this like by category or even by person. Like there might be someone in your life that's really hurt you and you might want to just do the practice around them. Or there might be a situation in your life that has really impacted you. Maybe someone passed away or maybe there was an accident or something terrible happened to you that you've had a lot of trouble letting go of. So do mental stock of what's the most present in your life right now. What is something that you're really holding on to that you would love to be able to let go of? Or what's something you feel really stuck around, like it has a hold on you and you really want to be freed from this thing. So either pick a person or a specific topic. And then what you're going to do on your sheet of paper is you're going to write down every single painful or shameful memory that you have associated with that person, thing, or experience. And then under each memory, you're gonna write down every person that was involved. And what you'll notice is there's always one person that was always involved, and that was you. So don't leave yourself out of the equation here. What I have found doing this practice with myself and numerous clients over the last few years is that forgiving ourselves is often one of the most cathartic things of this whole process, because we don't even realize sometimes the shame or the guilt or the blame that we've actually put on ourselves. And so releasing that is absolutely an incredible opportunity. So write down the memory, write down every single person involved, and then here's the prompt for the practice. You're going to go down every memory and every person involved, including yourself, like I said, and you are going to use this script. I forgive you, I'm sorry, I love you, and thank you. So let me give you an example. Something that I have done tons of healing around is my relationship with money. So when I sat down to heal all my painful and shameful memories around money, my list had 74 things on it. And one of the things on the list that actually still had a really high emotional charge for me was something that happened when I was little. And it might seem so silly, but you're gonna notice this on your own list as well. Sometimes it's things that seem really insignificant that have had the deepest impact on us, especially if it's coming from when we were kids, because we just didn't know any better and we were so naive and so sensitive. So here's what it was. This happened at a time, I was probably like 8 or 9, when I knew my dad did not have very much money. And my little brother were out with him, I think we went bowling, and he bought us ice cream. And I had never tried strawberry ice cream before, and I got a strawberry ice cream cone and I didn't like it. And he was like, it's fine, you could just throw it away. And I felt so much guilt around throwing away something my dad had spent money on at a time when I knew he didn't have a ton of money to spare. So here's how I applied this script to that particular situation. So the people involved were me and my dad. So my dad's name is Patsy. He's great. Patsy, I forgive you. I forgive you for, being at a rough time in your life when you didn't have a lot of money. I'm sorry that I probably judged you a little bit when I was little for that. I'm sorry for not understanding what you were experiencing because you were a grown-up and I was just little. I love you and thank you so, so much for this opportunity to look back and reflect and heal around the situation. And then I forgave myself, my little 8 or 9-year-old self, Lizzie, because that's what my family calls me. That's what I call myself when I think about talking to little me. Lizzie, I forgive you for not knowing any better, for not really knowing anything about, grown-up situations like money or finances and probably having some weird expectations around what those things were like and what they meant. I'm so sorry that you held on to that shame and that pain and that guilt around that memory for such a long time. I'm so sorry you didn't know that you were the one, creating and reliving that pain over and over and over again. We can release that now. I love you and thank you. Thank you for being brave and strong now to release the situation. And then what I do is, this was written down, I cross it out vigorously. This is part of the letting go process. Cross it out. And then once you've gone through your whole list and you've crossed everything out, you rip it up and you burn it. I mean, how many different ways can you let these things go? Cross them out, rip them up, and burn. And I wanna give you a little proper expectation here. This might not be a practice that you could just sit down and do any given afternoon. It is gonna be probably hard, depending on how intense the emotional charge is around the situation or the various memories that you might be healing. I share that with you because I want you to give yourself all the time you need to do this practice. Don't feel like you need to burn through the list and just get through everything, because I really want you to check in with yourself before you do the script for something. On a scale of 1 to 10, how emotionally charged does this feel for me right now? And then after you do it, on a scale of 1 to 10, how emotionally charged does it feel for you? It should be less. Maybe it's entirely gone. There's a couple things that you might have to actually do more than once. So the way you know that is once you get through your whole list and everything's crossed out, you've done the script for everything. If you think back on whatever was the topic or the person, you probably won't even be able to remember everything from the original list. So this is one of the reasons why we get rid of the list, right? We burn it. It's because you don't want to be able to look back. You just literally want to let it go. And so if it still comes up, if it still feels present for you, then you probably want to do it again, but not right away. Again, give yourself some time. This is healing. This is forgiveness. This is a process. Don't put pressure on yourself. Don't feel like it needs to happen on a time frame. It'll happen when it's right. All that matters is that you're giving yourself the time and attention and the love and the care to even do it. So if you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment somewhere under the video, or you can email us at hello@wildsoulmovement.com, or you can post it on my Facebook page at facebook.com/Liz DiAlto. So that's the practice. I hope you can use this, you can share it with anyone else that it might feel good to share it with, and really experience the immense benefits that I've experienced from doing this myself and with my clients as well. Thanks. This is a bonus video to teach you how to give yourself the best breast massage ever. Now, this is something I've adapted from a friend of mine named Kim Anami. I learned this in her vaginal kung fu course. Now, if you want to learn more about Kim and her work, which is around sexual healing and